everybody, I'm Emily Wolfe, and today I'm going to teach you how to play the solo for Atta Blues. There's two parts, there's a main riff and then a guitar solo at the end. I released a song a while back, but I still play it at the end of every show as the big finale. So I'm ready to teach you. If you're ready to learn, let's do it. So before we get into the notes and the melody of the song, I wanted to talk about the tone and how I got the tone on the recording. What I did was I dimed a Marshall JCM 900 and I put it in a completely separate room for me. If I had gone into that room without ear protection, my ears would have been damaged permanently because it was blasting louder than I've ever heard any amp. And that was what I wanted to do. I wanted to go for this kind of Joe Walsh in-your-face sound. So that was dimed, it was super loud, and at the time I was using one of the first pedals that I fell in love with, the Boss BD2, the Blues Driver. I was pushing the Blues Driver into the JCM 900. And to show you on this recording, I've got it on my board now, and I am also pushing some more gain into that pedal with an exotic EP booster. So aside from that, it's also really important to be on the back pickup. The neck pickup brings out a lot of bass and low end, and for me the back pickup pushes the mid-range a lot, and that's what I was wanting for the tone. And so that's about it. There's no delay or reverb on it. It's just very dry and very in your face. So yeah, let's talk about the notes now. This tune is in standard E. It's not in a weird tuning or anything. It's just standard regular tuning. I stay in the E pentatonic the whole time. So it's fairly easy for a person with a blues background or somebody who really understands the pentatonic. But the main riff begins with triplets, which is pretty fun to do live. But you basically just kind of waterfall down the neck in a triplet form from the 5th fret to the 7th fret. So the first half of this main riff goes like this. So that's the first part. And then the second part, you gotta bend that one note too, it's important. I don't know why, it just is. But if you put those two together, the main riff goes like this. And it goes twice through, and that's it. After you learn the main riff of the tune, really the only thing left to learn is the guitar solo at the end. And the fun thing about this song is when I play it live, I really just do whatever I want and whatever I'm feeling at the moment. But for this video, I'll show you what I did on the actual recording. So that sounds like this. Let's break it down. What you want to do at the top is bend the G and B strings with your ring finger on the 14th fret. So it'll start out like this. That's a fun thing to do. But anyway, so it starts like that, and then you're gonna so everything up until this point is just your ring finger and your index finger. Between the 14th and the 12th fret. So it's very pentatonic, very standard. The next thing is this little turnaround riff. So it's 12 to 14 with your ring and index finger. And then you go up to the 16th fret. And then you're going to hit the 15th with your middle finger. It's the first time you use your middle finger pretty much throughout the guitar solo. It's the first time. So from the top, it's going to sound like this. So that's the first half of the guitar solo. Let's look at the second half. So the second half of the solo is pretty much the same as the first. It just switches between notes faster. So on the top, we hung on to those bends. But in the second half, you come off of those quicker. So the second half begins with the same bend, but don't stay on it as long. So it's the exact same notes. The turnaround happens faster. And yeah, it's the same notes. And then at the end, we're gonna go 12th to 11th, 12th fret on the D, and 11th on the G. 11, and then the next is 11th fret on the D, and then the 9th fret on the G. And you gotta do that little slide because it's too fun to not. But anyway, let's play the full solo. And really the most important thing to know is that little turnaround. All right, let's combine those two halves. That's a solo. So there you go, that's Atta Blues. Thanks for watching. Again, I'm Emily Wolfe. Thanks to Sweetwater for having me. And maybe one day we can jam this together when live shows start up again. So I'll see you, and thanks again.